Hey folks, Gary Dean here with Sentiment Timing. This is our technical video report for Tuesday, April 7th, 2026. What a wild ride we had today. I'm just going to go out and say that I think that it was pretty much leaked out to the street that Trump isn't going to do anything tonight. I don't believe he should. I think that we're on the wrong side of this one. Yes, do I believe that their regime needs to be changed? So I think they're a threat to everybody. Yes, but you know what? Right now, the way it is, he's behind the eight ball right now, and I think that he cornered himself, and I think a lot of people are daring him, and I think what the way he's going to come about it is say that they're very close to a deal, so they're not going to bomb the bridges and stuff. It's just my take. I just in the my reasoning is I think risk management today in your big firms would not have been on an all out buy today. I think they got the nudge that nothing's going to happen. And there was a lot of bears out there that were probably shorting this entire market. So they had a perfect storm and they squeezed them higher. I didn't expect it. But the thing is that when we gapped down today, it was, we saw that I had bullish divergences on our buy sell pressure. We really didn't have any buy signals until we came down to this one right here. But it was just I saw this, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the swing trade off, and that we got in at the 250 658.20. And when it was pretty much down near the lows that I closed them, so 7 points. I'm fine with that. In overnight trade, it was a home run. So that was fine. I had zero issues with it. This is the TradingView chart. This is my primary chart that I trade off of during the day. But when I do the videos, it's a lot easier on Thinkorswim. So I'm actually going to go back to that so I can show you why I actually closed it. So here was our was the no, that's not it. Here's our open. So you can see that we had our we came into our primary accumulation, came back down again, and again this is where we had some divergences. You can see buy sell pressure really wasn't it wasn't following like we were going to crash right here, meaning that we were just when we were coming down here at this last leg right here, you can see buy sell pressure was moving up. We had liquidity moving up. So I covered the put position, made a fantastic trade, and switched over to IWM where I started going long. And I'll show you the reason on that. So liquidity, I mean, the swing trade worked out fantastic. It was a like I said, not a home run. It was a nice double from where it was. And right now we have to really there was no signals until we started getting this decline right here. And notice all the buy signals here. And before I can even put this into the room, because I'm going to go to a 2 minute chart and you'll see where this happened right here. And this is the beauty of having these on your charts. It tells you a story. So this was the primary accumulation zone right here. This was the secondary. That's from this anchor to this. So when we came in there and we saw divergences, you wanted to get out of your short position. But now let's go to a 2 minute chart because what I'm going to show you is from when we bounced up, when we went from this low to this high. I'm going to actually measure this out real quick, and I'll let you know. It may not come out exactly right on this. 153. So let's go to our indicator here, dark, and put in 153 and see where it is because I'm pretty sure it came right into our primary accumulation. I'm positive it did. This should be a little bit lower on it, but even let's just say it came into our secondary. That's fine. But notice what was happening. We saw buy signals the entire time, and this was at 3:08 p.m. And we saw the spiders go from 653.35 all the way up to 659. That's 6 points right there. And this is the indicator telling you. And if I went, if like I said, if I can go to TradingView and go to a 2 minute chart, you're going to see the same exact thing. So there's no difference in these. Like I said, it's more just the way I just like doing the reports. Look at all the buying here, whew, straight up. So this is the beauty of the software. It lets you know whether you should be jumping on the short side or looking to fade this and look long. And right at our GAN line, that was it. It was a rocket ship higher. And I missed the trade just because it went too fast, and I wasn't able to get into that. But still, this is the beauty of the software. We're coming into our institutional buying area. We have institutions buying, and from there, that one contract you could have made $400 on this alone. So that's that on that. Now let's move out a little bit and see what we have here. So here we want to figure out where our where the next is say resistance zone is, and I'm going to take it from this pivot right here and go all the way out. We're looking at 387 bars. So let's go to our matrix here and put 387. Come on. Okay, so here we go. So 387 and boom. So this is our primary distribution and our secondary. So we're in it right now. And if it goes higher, we're looking at a move up to the 64.86. So this is it. And again, there's buying this time. You could see high volume buying right there. And then if we look down below, there was buying, there was no selling on this. So again, that's one of the reasons why I got out of the short position, because there was just no reason to stay in it. It was, we made it down. So we made 7 points on the trade. We had buy signals, so I stepped away. That was it, and it was a good call. So right now we're here. If we head higher, this is the next target. It's going to be the 664.23. But now let's go to a 60-minute chart, because this is the one that has me a little bit concerned. And I think I mentioned it this morning. Is we're up here. You can see we're about to run into our primary distribution, and we have selling going on. We have divergences going on. So we're going to retrace. It's the law of retracement. And again, this is what I do in the trading room. And a real quick thing, we did our first AI swing trade today. Like I said, 7 points. It was a great trade. I'm going to put in a couple more. The software is going to stay at the 399. Where I'm not changing that. What is going to change is the trading room is going to be 79.99 a month. So once we get our track record with the swing trades, which we got one under our belt, both the SPY and IWM played out as expected. It's like I said, the software is going to stay at the 399. That's not changing, but you're not going to be in the trade room. We'll have a separate trade room for the institutional pivot matrix, where you can ask questions and you guys can chat amongst yourself. But as far as live trades, that's going to move to 79.99 a month. So that's just something to keep in mind. But here we go. So we have these sell signals here. Does it have to turn right here? No, we may make it all the way up to the 671.63 or into our secondary. I'm not ruling that out right now, but what I do know is the law of retracement is if we come up here, we're going to get a decent retracement, and that's going to be another swing trade to the downside. Now, if we open down, again, we know we just want to keep an eye on where support is going to be. And if we're going to look at that, let's just take a look right here. Actually, do I have it on the 5? I do. Okay, so on the 5, this is our support zone right here. So if we get a dip, we want to keep an eye on that 648.77, and then we're coming down to the 645. So this would be the area that I'd keep an eye on. I wouldn't be surprised to see us trading down here, but as I said, I have a feeling that something is going to happen overnight, and we're not going to see any bombing. I hope it. I hope we don't, honestly. But in any case, I'll let the matrix tell us what to do. So let's take a look at IWM. Excuse me. And again, it was one of those things where we had this, we got short at 253, came all the way down to our secondary, and notice what happened. We had nothing but buy signals. So there was zero reason to believe that we were going to be coming lower. So what I did is I simply bought the 251 calls. It shot straight up, and from there let me just make sure I have this right. Oh no, I'm sorry. Let me do this. So this was our move down. And when we came down to second one, again, same thing. We had buy signals going. We put in, I bought the 251 calls. That shot straight up. We took those profits, came down. Once it came up again, we bought the 252 calls twice, closed those, and we're still hanging on to the swing trade with half of it with the 253s. So right now, we're just hanging out. We made the money on the long side. which was a little bit surprising. I thought it was going to be more on the short side, but just notice, look at all the selling. So as we were coming down here, this was the first top we made. Sell signal. We had a sell signal. So what happens? IWM drops, goes from 253.50 all the way down to 250.43. 3 points right there. And this is it's showing you what's happening. I'm not making these up. We come down, fell right into our secondary, nothing but buying, and we shot straight back up again. So this is, really what the matrix is all about. It's giving you an idea of are the institutions buying or selling, and then it gives you the areas to buy. And if you wanted to be conservative on this and put a trading plan in, you could have said, I'm not going to get long until we take out the 251. Put your stop at 250.38. You're risking 70 cents, and from there we had a big move up. So let's go to a 5-minute chart. And again, this was the move down on it, found support. So right now it was just all buying. There was no reason to really look short. We had this one little sell right here, which brought it down, but it was really nothing but buying today. So I put that in the room. I said I don't really see any reason to be shorting IWM besides for what we took yesterday at the 253, and which was a great trade because it came down to the 249. So that was almost 4 points. But after that, we only had a couple sells. That was that on that. So 15-minute chart, we have our buy sell pressure shooting straight up. This was our support area, found it, and that was it. It was nothing but buying. We got to buy almost at the exact low right here. But this was the problem. This was my little because we had liquidity that was heading down, even though we were getting buy signals. You can see it was diverging here, and that gave us this drop right here before IWM shot back up again. So if we head higher, what's going to be the upside targets that we're looking at? I got to redo this because I want to give you the resistance areas, and we're gonna take it from here, right in this area, move it across. It is 270 bars, so let's move that in, and 270. And let's see where we are. So this is going to be our resistance area right here. You can see we're running right into it right now. And again, look what's happening. We're getting sell signals. So I am not falling in love if they gap it up. And unless this changes, I'm going to be shorting up here. And I'm going to be following what the institutions are doing, period. I'm not going to try and go against them because you'll be wrong just about every time. So if we head up, we got to keep an eye on the 257.65 and then up at the 262.35. As long as we see this selling, I'll be shorting up here for a move back down for probably another swing trade and looking for 4 or 5 points on the IWM. So again, real quick, it did the right now to 399 gets you into the trade room with the trades. Once we get a couple swing trades under our belt, it is moving. You're going to be able to get the software for $399, but you are not going to be into the trade room where we're making live trades. So if you're interested, don't wait. Get in here now. And with that, have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.